how it should be, Mike. So new people get involved, stop hiding the hobby. We need to stop hiding the hobby in Europe. Races are a big deal. In Europe, the races are a big deal, and they're definitely growing here in the United States and North America, I would definitely say. But I totally agree with you. You know, and as Aaron said, Aaron made a great point earlier talking about if your local race is having even just a trophy race, that there's going to be a decent turnout and just good racing. It doesn't have to be the world champs, just good racing from the local racers. You know, they need to be in contact, local newspapers, even if it's a small town, you know. Get it fired up, get some flyers out there, you know, local shops, things like that, on the radio, on the news, that kind of thing. That's awesome when that kind of thing happens. Or, you know, I know our local track, you know, they've worked with, like, even the grocery store where, you know, on the back of the grocery store you get receipts. And they've got coupons and things like that, and they've done that kind of thing, you know. And so it's super cool to see when a track gets in there and really does what they got to do to build the hobby for sure. 1 minute into this one here, race number 18, heat 3 of Truggy. Everybody getting ready to come around here for lap number 1. Let them all get a couple laps in. We'll see how it all shakes out. As we're off and running here, Keevin Sharp 2 laps into this one. Going to be out front leading the way. Jeremy Mauro in that number 2 spot. There we're looking at Keevin headed down the backstretch onto the right-hand side. Keevin in that bright orange and blue Truggy. Keevin has had that paint job for many a year. Oh, he's off the side of the track now. That may let down Gary Studt up into the top spot. Keevin Sharp in the number 2 spot. Scott Scarvelli. Now Jeremy Mauro back over the number 3 spot. Scott Scarvelli in the number 4 spot. Brian Chmielowicz? Got it. Chmielowicz. I remembered. Gary Studt out front halfway into this one. Keevin Sharp in second. Jeremy Mauro in the number 3 spot. Right now, your current TQ time is Mike Sontag. 9 at a 5:10 is the time to beat. And Gary Studt is on a 9:5:09. Gary Studt out front right now. Jeremy Mauro in that number 2 spot. Brian Chmielowicz in the number 3 spot. Josh Long, Scott Scarvelli round out your top 5 right now. Studt on a 5:09 pace. There we're looking at the red, white, and blue truck of Jeremy Mauro. Mauro down the backstretch onto the right-hand side. 3.2 seconds out of the lead here in this one. Down the front stretch. Oh, Mauro comes up a little bit short on the double section. The Techno RC driver out of Topeka, Kansas. Into the whoop section he goes right now, trying to hold off Brian Chmielowicz in that number 3 spot. Jermaine Leggett in the 4, Josh Long in the 5. 120 left to go. Gary Studt right now, 9 at a 5:12. So they are just off TQ right now. Jeremy Mauro is closing the gap on our leader, though. Fast lap of the race, Jeremy Leggett at 31.9. Down the backstretch goes Mauro in that number 2 spot, chasing down Gary Studt right now, coming back around to the front side. Up and over the double section he goes. Back around on the left side, drops down. Mauro, that time by 33.9. Gary Studt with a 32.8 that last time. So now they're 3.5 seconds apart. Gary Studt, Jeremy Mauro, Brian Chmielowicz, Jeremy Leggett, your top 4. Now Josh Long into the 5. Keevin Sharp drops to 6. Francisco Ortiz, Rick Endler, Sean Cuthbertson, Scott Scarvelli, Jonathan Greenwood, Ron Lupel, and Ralph Reynolds. Your running order here in this one. This is Truggy Heat number 3. That is race 18 of 27. Once again, race number 27 will be our final race of qualifying here for the 2070. Oh, Jeremy Mauro with a big mistake right there. Good save for him, though. Mauro back into the whip section now. It's Gary Studt out front, 9 at a 5:08. Now, once again, ahead of previous TQ time. Jeremy Mauro is 4.1 seconds back from him. Jermaine Leggett in that number 3 spot. Gary Studt out front, 9.507 now. 7 seconds off a 10-lap run. There you see Jeremy Mauro onto the right-hand side, coming back around to the front side, trying to chase down your leader right now. Your leader, Gary Studt, in the number 11 truck. We'll see if we can find him on the track. 9.507, his pace. 7 seconds off the 10-lap run. He's looking to set new TQ time here on these final few laps as he's working his way around. Studt onto that right-hand side. Back around to the front side he goes. And, woo! Gary Studt, 37-second lap on that last one. Dropped his pace considerably. He's still going to get TQ, though. 9 at a 5:10.051. Current TQ is 9.510.7. So just a hair past 0.6 of a second faster. Jeremy Mauro will take second in this heat. Jermaine Leggett looking to take, oh no! Fourth, and Keevin Sharp rounding out your top 5. So new TQ out of that. Those drivers working their way off the track. As we head back over to our chat rooms, see what's going on in the chat boxes. Don't forget as well, all the recaps, race results, photo gallery available on liverc.com.